charge of the whole thing. The library, the government agency, the whatever the fuck you want. When you start from scratch, that's the whole point.
Yeah, you get to make your own rules. You get to think what is what, and that's why. Yeah,
that's newcomers.
And I think that's the weakness with humans trying to humanize a deity or power that is that big. Like if this is omnipresent, omnipotent, like being able to do anything and everything, that is not it's not a creature. It's like you gotta think of it as like it has to be like an energy source. It has to be like
it's the most intelligent thing you can probably think of.
It's what everything is made out of.
Whatever you conjure up, because regardless, I've never questioned the higher power. I know that there is a higher power. You cannot get this lucky this many times in a row for what it takes for us to be sitting here laying some off right. There's too many perfections, like small perfections that people don't even take for granted. The fact that we got fucking vocal cords, we can talk, I got a beat heart, I got tunes that attach all my shit, and I didn't have to sign no subscription for none of that shit. I didn't have to sign a document to get it done. I didn't do none of that shit. I just got a working, praise the Lord, got a working body for the most part. With all the stuff attached. It doesn't make it weird. And it's sweetie, too.
That's what we're saying with them. So we are all under a timer, right? There's a life source. There's a reason why we are the way that we are. And the fact that we don't look deeper into community, not only community, because that thing does actually support our life force and all those different things. It's not just a physical thing. It's spiritual, physical, mental, all these different things, because now they accumulate an environment of God status. Because that whatever it is, whatever you want to call it, it is everything. But then now it is everything good or everything that is beneficial. Then, as you saw, like they say, like the first sin was when Satan saw himself in like a reflection of something, and he felt pride. So that was the first sin, because it was he was so proud of himself, he felt something so good that he started to.
That's the reason why God made.
Yeah,
he was made perfect.
Oh, they're all made perfect. But
everybody was good to go.
He thought he was better than something,
which made him in turn start taking on trickery.
Exactly.
And
then he thought that there was, I don't know if there's more to it, like just like in like our universe or in our space that we are moving, conscious, thinking, all these different things. There, they say like there's laws of the universe, right? Hot is fast, cold is slow, even numbered, like all these different like generalizations that it's for a reason. That's why computers can like talk in numbers. So yeah, and it's walking a fine line of you're in the right mindset, you're doing the right body actions, you're eating the right things, you're in the right environment. All these little things that in the Garden of Eden, it was so easy to do because that's all there was. That's all they knew, and that's all there was to know. Yeah. So those early writers in the Bible, I can see how at least the original transcript in the Hebrew Jewish language, they only had so many words to reference. So it's like they can't really be lying or manipulating because they write down what they live in real life. And whatever they're feeling, that feeling of that intuition, just because of how, I guess, on the edge they live, how you don't live or die.
Exactly. And the amount of ideas that have developed since then.
Yeah.
Trauma, exaggeration, like things that they didn't even process as they were putting their words to paper, and it meant what it meant to them as a community, whoever it would be, sharing knowledge. Like, we getting the same idea from this because we live in amongst each other. Like, we get this.
We live it, yeah.
Keep going if you have more. Because I would love to elaborate on what you're talking about too.
Yeah, fine line of, okay, yeah, we were doubting. It's easier to potentially doubt the biblical writers. But my, I guess, not even objection, but like, I support the concept of the Bible. The sources that are out there now that are pushed out the most, the fact that the Bible is the #1 sold book in the world, and this is Satan's world, that should be a sign of it. So the main seller should not be
It's exquisite writing.
Yeah.
At the very least, God definitely channeled whoever came up with a lot of those things. It's particular. It's very. That's the problem. Is that it's so particular / matter of fact that you can apply your own thing to it. It's up for interpretation. Not everybody has the same IQ. Not everybody has the same channeling or whatever was going on when that stuff was written. Like that person they just had the weight or whatever it was that was like, okay, this is what I'm trying to say. My people that's gonna get it. That's what it's been since day one. I can't reach everybody.
That's all constant. That's insulting. That's all that is. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say because I live this. I'm gonna charge you up front because I don't know if you're gonna interpret it.
Not everybody gonna buy the course. There's gonna be people that's so lazy about even thinking about getting to it that they not even gonna do the course either. So you're not even leaving like bad people. You're not leaving just like, there is no just fundamental group that get left off from that stuff. It's just whoever get it. If you ever try to make any progress, you don't bring nothing negative. That's never been the case in anything. Right? If you just contemplate on these two people over here in this village, they don't get me. You ain't getting nowhere. You gotta focus on who rocking and who doing with it, who gets it off of just me speaking my mind.
That means that you just doing you.
Exactly.
And you'll attract.
And people.
Because motherfuckers, they want to come to the conclusion that, oh, hey, I made this decision to do this, even though I am following something, I'm doing that. They just want to have that conclusion. They don't want to be told what to do.
Come on. Now you got new deities, which are rappers and entertainers. You describe it perfect. Like you got Autobots who just want that direction or whatever. They might not even have the chance to get into religion. Public school or whatever. They don't get to know religion like that. So then they have this new North Star, which is people who understand things at a finer level. I'll always respect that. That's why I always respect the talent of anybody that's got eyes on them or whatever the case may be. It's like where bad publicity is, no publicity, bad publicity comes from. Like all that stuff is, I think, day one thoughts. Like because it's mass appeal. That's the most people you're ever gonna get on board at the same time. Because no one in the history of ever has ever agreed on it.
No, not at all.
That's just the dawn time. Adam and Eve, maybe, I think. So.
Because there's so many things.
Yep.
And it's to actually keep in line. It's like walking a tightrope of all these different things popping up in your head, all these different stimuli, right? Your neurons going, all these different things. So, to your point, it's pretty hard to have two people walk that same tightrope in the same direction.
It's almost impossible. Especially the way it's set up now, and this is my main point.
You get shoved off that tightrope. Like, what?
Bro, it's the illusion of choice. The people that are in power, that's how you create power. Is by keeping some people in the dark or assuming that certain people aren't going to be able to have access to certain things. And that's what our country is predicated on, is the illusion of choice and the fact that they can thrive in the chaos that we're in. Right? That's the two main things out of that, to me at least. Like, they're going to kick up so much dust, and just go back 40 years. I'll always do that. These people got to run up the scoreboard quite a bit, so they're well versed in being pitwatch. But, and this is take over overs. I ain't named not one race yet. I'm just saying, the people who are in power, they kick up so much dust that niggas think they need to like rob 7-Eleven. Like bro, like it really be that. It gets so minute when you really put it on a scale. Because this is your strongest muscle. This is doing all the heavy lifting regardless. don't give a fuck how buff you are. I don't give a fuck. Niggas become numbers. You're a number at the end of the day. Unless you got this going and you can project it. Which is what politics and all that dumb shit is that we deal with as a country, and why we have so many ideologies, and why there's the literal illusion of choice. It's because niggas try to create power. Now Australia and South Africa, everybody got to do something different. Just because it's like, I'm not going to copycat, and I can't.
Yeah, every country. So many right-wing, like MAGA things, like, well, system that works, Switzerland does it. All these small European countries that have not nearly as big of a population, not the same history. They're a landlocked country. They only have like an eighth of the population. They're all the same ethnicity. So they all agree on political things faster. So they're just like their system's more optimized, just because they don't have the illusion of choice.
Exactly.
Now you try to say like, oh hey, what, they can do it. Why can't we do it? We're not the fucking same.
Come on. And to build on that real quick, when you figure it out, your influence is only so big. So if it becomes this amount of harmony, our country got it, our village got it, so be it. I don't have what it takes worldly-ish to be able to project my thing to everybody. So I have to affect the people that I'm immediately around. There's plenty of villages that got it all figured out. Like, I mean, you know, that's why movies and shit go so crazy or whatever, that have that big idea. Like, that's why Thanos is such a thing. It's because Stan Lee and them, they were thinking about the state of the world at that time, bro. Like, Thanos' thing is a real thing. Like, imagine a nigga came to you and said, all right, bro, 50%. It was a coin flip. 50% of y'all gotta go. You happen to be one of them. Are you gonna drop dead right now and let these other people do what they gotta do, or what? And we can't get them. That's the fundamental issue right there. That's bigger than COVID. That's bigger than anything we've ever tried to agree on. It wouldn't even be close to unanimous. You ask everybody.
Be willing to die?
You ask that whole 50% that if they're ready to just drop dead right now, turn to dust, whatever the fuck you want to do it as, you ask 50% of them people right there, you're not even gonna get close to 50% mark. I'm saying just for the half of the population, you're not even gonna get close. Just because people fear of the unknown. I'm attached to the worldly. I have no religion. I have no North Star. I have no, like, this is what I know. There is no same page to get on anywhere anymore. That's why stuff carries weight.
Yeah, it does.
It's an illusion.
It is an illusion, but
there's only a couple things humans need, which is what we all end up having in common.
Food.
We all people.
Like shelter, water, companionship. That's it.
Which will trade in the therapy. Like it really don't. It ain't a lot. It's just there's no way that works. The human nature is thing.
Making that shit harder.
Yeah. Human nature is human nature for a reason. We started right back with that. We started acting in what we thought was best for us.
All be at the end, my plan, because that's where we're living, right?
Exactly.
But we can all be traveling whenever we want.
Nope, it stops way shorter.
It's funny. I was thinking that today, like, bro, like, animals have shit figured out. Birds, they fly to where they want to be.
Instinct.
Why can't we do that?
Instinct. You got, come on, bro. You got food sources that will walk right in. No, listen. You got food sources that are the food source that will walk right in front of traps as animals to this day, just because that's just how it's set up. You don't go, oh man, that ant got fucked up by that anteater, and that's just like the most literal thing I could possibly think of.
Yeah.
Anteaters eat ants. Guess what they find? in bunches. To be able to
buffet line,
to be able to be out here. Plenty of them bitches. So like, yeah, they operating at a fundamental level of which, shit, I don't know exactly how long I got here, but these days just they're days. They run together. I know, and I got to do what I got to do to get to the next one. That's it. That's not necessarily what humans are doing. It's never. I mean, it'd be about getting to the next date, but it's also how. Like, ooh, I got this. I got to check off, and then if another day passes, then I just get more anxious. Then I just get weirder feeling or whatever. And people don't think like that. They don't get anxious. They don't. No, bro. That's why they don't feel themselves. Think about it. You get a starving lion, you get anything, they will walk it out and die under the power of that rather than doing human nature. You get the bad word. Yeah. They don't got that in them. It's just like, oh, free. Maybe today's the day that I come up on the biggest build up ever. And not even that. That's still too high thinking. Yeah. It's just it's the next day.
I saw this podcast from Alex from OG. He was saying like the thing that humans have different from animals is that we're able to we're able to learn a skill and it's transferable to a new space, right? Us being an athlete, that helps, because it's like similar to like business tendencies or like being like a good student, like a 10% like that. So our minds are able to connect. If A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C. But now that logic can now get us stuck and kill ourselves just because, okay, A equals B, right? A bad time is not fun. And then B equals C is not fun equals death. Now you think a bad time equals death.
Yep. And the common denominator, I think we just talked about this last week, you don't have to show your work. So you might have a salt. Fine. You didn't put it on paper, you didn't do it on the whiteboard. Not everybody sees that you carried the two. They hold shit up. Grill, cook,
Dead.
done. You don't gotta show your work. You gotta do what you gotta do what you gotta do.
So then, are we overpopulated as a planet? Because I don't think we are, because the planet could be able to sustain the life force, but just the mentality of the life force right now is unbalanced.
Yeah, I think it depends on which level you're asking. If it was like, all sunshine and roses, no, of course not, probably not. Like if everybody could agree on something. But like in our current state, of course, yeah, that's again the Thanos thing. That's his whole umbrella. It's too much. So your 50% might be like a literal 0.0002% talent, but it's just enough to get you on that other side to where we trust you to build. Whether you'll be a bot, whether you'll be a king, a reproducer, or whatever, you got a little bit of something that we can fuck with. So yeah, from that standpoint, there are people here that are gonna spend the rest of their lives in jail. People that kill people. There are people that do weird shit. It's like, so yeah, cutting down on the mindsets definitely helps get a hold on that. Less people you got, less people you gotta worry about teaching or worrying about having a fucked over brain. Exactly. Which is the real deal. It's like, the brain's powerful. I'm not one of them niggas. I'll never justify them niggas. I'm an empath. I understand. I would hate to have gotten the brain that fucks with little kids. Like that you didn't go shop that out at birth. Or you didn't get to Tetris your upbringing. Right. I'm not justifying them. I ain't none of that. I'm just a real people do shit. Nobody does nothing for no reason. Right. Yeah. So you might as well do the work to kind of understand and figure out what the fuck's going on. Otherwise, you're a fucking bot. Right. Like you just an NPC. Somebody can tell you what to think about something else. And nah, I hang my hat. I'm not doing that shit.
Everything's a choice. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm gonna think everything out a little bit. And even then, so now we've already created the 50%. So I'm gonna do that, and then there's a bot.
And that's it.
It's over. We're toast. We ain't gonna get right on the same thing.
I know we talked about this before, but I think we can get right on the same thing if we're.
Who's we?
Everybody. I know we talked about this, but it's that common enemy. We have to hack our minds to just think, okay, hey, what do we all not like? And then do we like it enough to kill it?
But again, I think this honestly goes and is predicated on the brain conversation. Like, some people just literally want to see the world burn.
They can watch it from their grave.
Okay, so yeah, there would be a big extreme. Like, and even when it comes to extremes, like I said, I think that's we going back to the umbrella. That's why that Marvel shit. I think that shit hit way harder than anything. I haven't really went to the movie. Like, I think that might be my.
That was my last movie.
Bro, that was it. That was the max thing. This nigga won a movie. First off, this nigga was the GOAT. After a whole 2.5 hour movie, Thanos won. You knew was another one coming.
A whole decade build up.
What, bro?
What?
What? So, and with that, the fact that they had the idea and concept to a T that like just really resonates. Cause he wasn't tripping. No. At his ultimate fundamental level, he wasn't tripping. Just like everybody who's done some weird shit. You might have killed a nigga because they beat your sister. You might have they might have did some shit to your mom. You shot her in the face. Like any shit. It just depends on how strongly I'm feeling this. And shit, his baseline was just I'm ready to just do whatever it takes to make everything like cool. How we do that? 50% of everything. We cut everything in half. You live on Uranus. You live in Milky Way Galaxy 3.7. You live in like Valhalla, wherever. You just need to cut this shit down. And shit, we're going back to your super original question after about this. Yeah. Overpopulation, probably.
Yeah.
Too many unlike mindsets. Way too many. Right?